So one night I'm just sitting there in the cell, and I look over at my cell. I hear a noise. It's rinky, rinky, rinky. And I look over at my cellie and I go, "What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that noise?" And he just goes, "That fool next door is losing his fucking mind." And I'm like, "What do you mean he's losing his mind? What's that noise?" He's like, "He's making a piece. That's him sharpening some metal. He's been up for like 3 days. He's on speed, and he's losing his fucking mind." Keep in mind, this is a shot caller. This is the fool who's got the fucking block at the time. He's actually got the yard, and everything's been going his way too good. And we all know how absolute power corrupts absolutely. So he's in there, he's tripping, he's losing his mind. I'm looking at my OG celly, and my celly's like, "Fuck, not again," you know? Because this is the typical get down in the system. A dude gets into power. It's always some dude who fucking has a drug problem, and it's always that fake hard motherfucker. This is exactly one of these motherfuckers. These fake hard ass fools who are fully blasted. They don't care about their people. They don't care about shit other than their drug use. They fucking mask all their pain with fucking shooting up. They honestly take the weakest route in every manner of life, but they walk around thinking they're hard. And this is why I changed my life. This is why I saw in that fucking fraudulence. And this is why I became such a massive leader in the system. Because I went against all that shit. My whole thing is, don't side with me, fucking enlighten me. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. I'm not gonna follow a fucking wreck, and I'm ready to put my motherfucking life on the line for that shit. And my people, they saw that shit. They would see the weakness in these fools, that they were physically soft but acting hard. They were fucking emotionally soft. When anything bad would happen in their lives or anything wouldn't go their way, they would go straight to the needle and then regret it, come over with a smile like some fucking pussy ass motherfucker who can't handle his shit emotionally and has to run to the dope. And then the whole point is they would just continually make the same mistakes that was causing them so much pain, which I've touched on before. So this is why, if we just change the definition of hard, we can change our whole fucking life and help so many people in the process. Hard is sacrifice. Hard is discipline. Hard is truly getting your fucking desired result. If you're doing shit that doesn't get your desired result, you're a bitch, okay? And especially if you go cry about it, which I have, so that's why I fucking know this. I've been the opposite end of the spectrum in everything I speak about, and that's the only reason I have the correct fucking answer. So anyways, this motherfucker's sharpening a piece. He's losing his fucking mind. There's a little battle going on between the IE car and the fucking, and the actual dude who has the fucking, the block and the yard, which was from Ridgecrest. He was a skinhead. These were Woods, and fucking we all run together, but there's always like a rift going on. So these were all SoCal people that were in the SoCal car, but that shit divides up into different counties and shit. IE being the biggest county always, and always fucking throwing their fist in, laying their shit down, and trying to run shit. Well, this motherfucker Lumpy had a problem. He was trying to fucking push in on everything and make sure he was the person to be fulfilling the shoes that this fool Jekyll was fulfilling. But I mean, this fool Jekyll, it was too much on him. He was getting pushed too much, and he started to use too much. So now he built up a massive debt. He was actually getting stuff from the homies. So he built up a massive debt, and he fucking straight stayed up for 4 days, knew he couldn't pay it. He did probably $2,000 worth of the shit he got. So he's sharpening his piece. He knows it's going down. He's losing his fucking mind. He's got his light on all night, first off. And the homie Buddy, fucking Vago homie, he's signing to me from the top. He's like, hey Wes, fucking what's up, dog? Like, why is that fool tripping? Like, what? Get in the vent, tell that fool to turn his fucking light off and go to fucking bed. He's blowing up the spot. And so, you know, I wait until the morning after 10, and I get in the vent, and because we're on lockdown at the time, and I'm like, hey fool, is everything good over there? He's like, yeah, everything's good. This is how fools do it, you know. And this is a skinhead, which I hear him bumping Birdman Lil Wayne like in his cell. So I know he's confused as fuck, you know, like most of those fools are. This is one thing about that. Everyone keeps asking if I'm racist, and I never have been. I think it's the epitome of ignorance. Why? Because broad generalizations across the board are the epitome of ignorance. Every one of these supposed racist motherfuckers in there, they would always say, I like this one black guy. So then I would say, do you believe in math? Do you believe in statistics at all? And they're like, oh, I guess they're not the smartest. So then I go, okay, if you like Bloodhound, like you say you do, and you would have a beer with them on the street, well then the safe bet is that you like 100 million African Americans across the world. So stop with the fucking bullshit. I'm getting sick of it. I will personally tee the fuck off on you. You're weak. You're drug addicted. I'm not. I've been getting it. Trust me, you don't want none. And they all knew they didn't want none. I actually put the work in more than most, and that's where I would set myself apart, as I do out here. I'm not gonna slack. I'm not scared. I'm not gonna break it down. But what I am gonna do is what I said earlier, my favorite quote by far: don't side with me, enlighten me. I'm not gonna try to give you what you want. I'm not gonna fight with you. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm going to make sure I get through to you because I know I can, and that is the source of my strength. It's what's always been hardest for me because I was always the first to jump. I used to do this. Okay, it's all good, dog. And I would fully side with you. I would side with you. I would draw you in. Oh, it's cool, dog. Like, my bad. Hey, my bad. And then I'd wait for you to get lax. And then, and I'd just I'd get off on you. And it don't matter if it was that or something else. If I had to use something else, I was using something else, whatever was at my disposal. And I just grew out of that because why was that weak? That was the pussy way out. Honestly, that was pussy, and I admit it. That's why I fucking changed it, because I'm not one. See what I'm saying? So now I'm going to take the hard way out. I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm going to be right up in your face. I'm going to show you that I'm not shook at all. You're going to feel it. You're going to be like, this dude doesn't even care. He's not shook from me in the slightest bit, and he's willing to talk to me because I care. I don't want to create a liability. I don't want you walking away from me with negative energy. I don't need that. We all know what that feels like. The second you give someone some negative energy, doesn't that take away from you? Doesn't that take away from your day? Don't you feel like what I consider it? This is what I've read, and this is what I've during my self-realizations, I've felt this. And it was every time that I did something negative, the universe punished me with time. Given there's 24 hours in the day always, but what we're doing when we commit our negative or positive acts, we're being punished with time. If we do all positive acts, we get 24 hours of constructive time that day. If we commit negative acts, we're punished with time accordingly. Me doing stupid ass shit like I used to, the amount of time I was punished with was exponential. It wasn't till about 7 years into my term I felt that karmic debt lift. So just try it. Like, next time you get in an argument and you know you're in the fucking wrong, own that shit and realize how much time it took from you. A simple argument with moms, with the girl, or with the homie should probably take about 30 minutes to 2 hours out of your day from being a constructive individual, having a great day, being positive, being able to push forward. You'll always realize that your mind is just clouded, you're stuck on that event, so therefore you were punished, the time was taken from you. Okay, back to the dude Jekyll who had the yard, who was the shot caller, he was fucking around, he locked it up, just like they all do. That's why I call my channel GP, because I am, and I didn't go out backwards. We call that shit going out backwards. We call it bitching up. We call it locking it up. It's the same thing as becoming PC or going to a SNY yard. Whatever, that's their fucking choice. They're gone. We don't discuss them. We don't give a shit. I'm just stating my case. But long story short, he bitched up. He was in the back. He got one of the cops to send a kite back to his old celly Hef from Chowchilla. The dude's really from Chowchilla, where that women's prison is. But he sends a kite back to Hef, and he goes, hey, come over here with me, homeboy. I still got some of that shit. Like, that fool wanted to go fucking, to lock it up with him and go do a bunch of speed and be a fucking weirdo. But the main fucking points I want to bring across is the fake hardness, just the fakeness of not emotionally being present during doing your time or fighting any sort of adversity that you face, bottling it up, pushing it down with drugs, fucking avoiding feeling our pain and growing. We cannot even become a whole individual if we avoid these massive growth phases that come from pain. Pleasure and fucking comfort does nothing to make us grow. There's no bigger dream killer than prosperity. Adversity is the first thing on earth that will ever change you. You know it. We always avoid it. It's in our DNA to avoid it. But should we? Fuck no. Should we embrace it? Yes. Do you want to be a fucking straight spoiled motherfucker? Or do you want to be that dude who really went through the trials, really went through the tribulations, and really came out on top? You definitely shouldn't ever go to prison or glorify it or want to go or anything like that. I'm telling you, it was the most painful time of my life. I'm a bad motherfucker, okay? But I want to be a good motherfucker, and I'm gonna be, okay? I hope you guys fucking learn from my mistakes. I hope you learn from everybody that you ever knew that did time, and every letter you got from them, every phone call you had, that they were reaching out in a state of pain that was changing them. And whenever you look at someone on this planet, just know they've been through something that changed them, and be compassionate about that shit. We need to stop giving everything that we don't want for ourselves to each other. The golden rule has always stood in every religion for every individual, and we should always honor it. We should always realize simply, if a man is right, his world will be right.